Toronto.
Yeah,
Right, chat, we got DRX on attack. We got Talon on defense.
Stage 1 winners, or playoff winners rather, in DRX, trying to also maybe get a win here today to continue the run on in. Australia on the Harbour as well, interesting for me. Generally comfort role on a Sage, for example, but coming in towards Icebox, it's DRX choosing the attacking side. And now with the lurkers
Repass
coming
and
up from Talon
push.
all towards B main,
Well, when
there's a lot
they
to do
do
for
commit to the AD fault, they're going to push all the way through.
Shots out there. Hyunmin hunting for some tag damage. Not going to find much. Mako going to find a kill. Doesn't he suspect
the
it?
most
Seems like he does.
perfect
Goes
peak
ahead,
for this
trains
off
it up
angle.
2-1 in that regard. In the meantime, back over here on the A site. From me up over the top, able to find one as Hyunmin will get taken down. So some damage suffered, but ultimately we find ourselves now in a 3v3.
Getting the plant top site as well. You got to remember freeing
Probably
on
comes down to this.
Salvos will come online soon.
Slow drift back there from Estrella. Situated on pipes, Bane.
There you go, big chill.
Looking and freeing, watching for this flank. It's seen the Viper. It felled Mako, and now he's going to confirm that position. Opts just go ahead, backs away. Does have those salvos available still, needing them for the post plan, but freeing in quite a bit of damage. Headshot there through the corner of the wall, puts him down at 50.
Stra's like, literally, mate, you just hide. You're going to win the salvos if you stay alive. Oh, he mistimed it.
Primi, a nice headshot. Looks for a little bit more, but ultimately cannot.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would have changed much on this one. Okay, like I said, it all came down to the Joe from behind her.
And they'll be happy with that one as well, considering the shenanigans afoot in the pre-stage of this map. So getting the pistol round, they'll be all right with. And it's also interesting, the change up for Talon, for me, coming back in towards this one too, right? Of course, last time they played this map, they changed up their comp. They're going back to the one that they bested T1 on a couple weeks back. It was a good 13-6 with a flawless defense.
They're allowed 2 deaths.
Already right now.
All the regen shields as well.
Flawless for them.
Well, going forward here, looking for a clean anti-eco. 2 ghosts for the side of DRX. So not as much firepower.
This is like the only map that
more as of late, and
I like
really
most of the Harbour stuff.
Anti-eco rounds. Spot out onto one. Fluid is going to be backpedaling here. Escapes back around the opposite side of that Harbor wall.
I do think the Omen comp is better, but...
Spot out on a one, but good amount of damage going to be suffered there by Hyunmin. Makes his quick exit, still has that Guardian in hand as Freeing comes away with a second.
Oh, last bullet. Is this a lot of nice stuff for the Harbour, right? Especially if you just look at this rounds, right? We have water default to get out over towards here, blocks the most common op spot. And then, so that's like your first layer, then you got the second layer of the wall to make sure that you can plant. And then when the wall goes down, you've got like third layer of like the extended wall over towards here. Just very simple of space 1, space 2, space 3.
Of course, coming back into good form in the game this week.
I think Freeing will keep playing in the share after the tail. I guess we'll see. Freeing is a beast, man. He can play anything, it's fine. Yeah, there'll be like a little bit of an adjustment period, but not much. DRX do qualify. I mean, it's the same as every team, man. There's nothing at agent that has 50 to 70% pick rate. It's going to change everything for Toronto. Great shot.
Taken out. Solid headshot there from Primi, looking for a little bit more, gets some damage across, takes his exit, plays it out wisely as he's getting the spot out here. We'll just swing back around the opposite side of 410.
Yeah, it is just a bit of a default from Talon too, meanwhile. Not rotating too much around the map, a bit of a...
Is this lowers? Yeah, lowers.
Yeah, there at the window.
Losers done.
It's going to be Mako.
Losers done, and then winner has to win one more game for Toronto.
Yeah, ultimately still looking to go for this A site though.
Capped on those regen shields as Stealth Drone not going to be spotting out too much here. Drone over the top from Cruz, able to get the spot out, and that holds them at bay here for now. Meanwhile, Stealth Drone going around the back, going to be able to get the scan here onto Mako. Tucks back under 2, but now he's in a really poor spot. Double pressure out from Talon here at Garage.
Okay, so pretty good comms from Mako here as well. Drone went off behind him. Pulls his team back to go clear the whole space while he takes some space.
And a lot of passiveness from the rest of Talon over at that A site as well, so getting the inkling that this is going to switch over towards B.
They know they're giving it up, but Mako's still able to find one before he gets taken down by Tai.
20 seconds, the molly's good.
DRX at this point, 22 seconds remaining. They are going to be all in on this site. Rotation still coming through as Primi, a late linger on that A site, can now start making
You
his way
guys are
across,
cooked now. 10 seconds.
For the delay tactics available here for the side of Talon. DRX in a bad spot. Shock Dart gonna fly. Now looking to just go ahead and commit for the stick, but no. Dragged off of it here for a second. Crew's able to find one plant having to be stuck, but they're just getting overwhelmed and taken down. Talon will go ahead and get themselves on.
I feel like
one casualty here
if I did insanely good at delaying,
a lot of great patience from Talon as well. A great start with Primi picking up the first kill, not immediately
use the
dashing
cove
away.
to try get past it.
This round,
I mean, yeah, I can't be too angry. They had to do something.
Bonus for DRX on the shield department, but there's no real push from DRX either. The time getting the better of them, the lurk timing, or rather the flank timing coming out, I really like from Talon in that one. Great recognition for the drone from Killua too. If he's always going to be pushing garage.
Have I ever played Hollow Knight? I mean, I don't play one-player games. I imagine it's a one-player game. But like, if I've never heard of it, it's probably a one-player game.
At the top, there's a reveal out. 3 players going to be spotted. Kill not found. Tiny bit of damage, but otherwise
I'm missing out, bro. Everyone says that about one-player games, and then I play them, and I'm just like,
kind of set up for them.
I don't really care about the storylines. Like, if I was gonna do that, I would go watch a film, and then I'm just playing against a bot. I get no satisfaction from it majority of the time.
Heroics from Marco if he wants to try and do something at the B side of the map, but for right now, DRX just playing the patient game. Drone out, confirming that there's still members surrounding the A site.
It's the skill issue of the bot I'm playing.
This is where you would assume that DRX start to layer in a little bit more of this utility, get some information from
online games ruined it for me, man. I used to enjoy them.
A little bit more
but now I need the satisfaction of knowing that I've annoyed someone around the world somewhere.
Reinforced push. Recall on the alarm bot. Check into the window, but nothing really seen here.
The mechanics are enjoyable. I mean, probably. People say that about Fortnite as well, man, but I don't want to play a game where the skill is building.
Goes for the peak. Jitboy's going to be taken down. Primi here on that right-hand side on the approach, but it's going to be Pain coming away with the kills. Cruz gets taken out. Primi still here. The tailwind expiring.
Hates your energy.
Just push up into the cove. They're watching for.
Just finding what you like and sticking to it.
Right there on top. As now the double push out from B is going to be noted. Mako dead, but gets all the info they need.
Yeah, just going to retreat, set up for the post properly here. That's just going to be the save call.
Mixie98 with the prime. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. I appreciate the prime, mate.
Going to be lost. Cash not in the greatest position. Primi, granted, does have knives, so can go ahead and pull those out in the next round. And DRX going to be allowed to move up 3-1 here to start things off on Icebox.
There's always a position as well for Talent so far, having Primi and Cruz.
1.6 or Source? I played Source, but I do think the 1.6 was better.
Where Cruz might be able to grab that ulti orb and pick up the
I probably only had like 1,000 hours of 1.6.
That you could work with coming in towards the next round, but it is another
fun,
highlight of DRX wanting to play this one extremely slow. Seeing if there's
Source was a mental game, man.
Members, which there isn't really too much.
Deagle was just the best thing ever.
A little bit more haste from DRX put into the fray in the next coming rounds.
They could just go for a really quick hit here. That Armageddon is available, so can just use it to flush out something like the B site. We'll see.
Yeah, but a change up immediately from Talon as well. 3-1-1 setup. So Cruz probably not incentivized to be grabbing that ulti orb by himself with the buy up here for Talon.
Thinks about it. You can see him inching forward there on the mini-map.
He's going for it.
Consideration. Should have been able to grab it.
1-2.
Does have that Hunter's Fury online
Do people come by?
And a big push up.
If they lose this, dude, they're insanely aggro over towards B majority of the time. Definitely a big part of their game plan.
Early alert. Obviously, numbers won't be confirmed, but they'll be able to go ahead and know presence. Mako at the same time, though, might be getting caught on a timing.
Well, might actually find some timing for himself if he does push in through mid.
Slides forward. Knows that there's going to be a player here behind, but
dude, here's a lot.
Just play this quietly here for the moment. Primi on the check, swings out. Minor damage taken.
Okay, now what? They know it's numbers.
Now DRX, as they go for the plan, they're going to have to play a battle
because they've done the wall, they don't want to push through their own wall, and they got the side with the harbor ult. That's insane shots, bro. That is nuts. That's
clean shots from Hunt.
That's too good.
And as the wall falls, so
they should be losing this. Like 9 out of 10 times, they should be losing this round.
Australia looking snappy, and now for Jitboys, it's really just about trying to deal some form of damage, stop that economy of DRX from really bubbling up. Not sure if Australia's going to be ready for this. Nope, not at all. Guardian to the back of the head. some damage found. Clutch on the round. Possible, but the time just not quite there for him. So we'll just go ahead, drift away with the weapon upgrade. DRX.
Gunman, he has some of like the best first bullet aim I've seen. Like it's really up there.
When you consider that they've got the numbers and the pieces on the flank as well. You've got some good blade action coming through from Primi, but it's just a counterjet and Hyunmin hitting some very crispy headshots. You see them back in the replay, and they're all individual jewels that have been sent his way as well. There's no double picks coming in from Talon, so definitely want to make sure that they're shaking off a couple of those nerves, getting a couple of their communication.
How do you fix this map? Dude, this map's too far gone.
Because it's going to be another one here where it's not the greatest buy to come through for Talent. Time of pause as well, so we're going to have a bit of
it's quicker to scrap the map.
To have.
No, we're not.
No, it's the wrong one. We had one yesterday. It was
Another
very quick.
tech
It was a
pause?
small gear
Yeah,
issue.
it was small.
But I feel like you on the desk cursed it a little bit because you get some big ones.
Okay. All right. Well, yes, that's true.
Blow it up. Yeah,
it's been all right. My
It's
last
just
day out, we also had a minor gear issue. We were, you know, in and out.
because
So
everywhere on the map could do with a change.
all should be well.
Hopefully.
So it's just easier to start again, man.
Like
It's so much
perhaps
easier to
over
start
here
again.
On the side of Talon. Yep, being told similar gear issue here. So hopefully something relatively quick. Get this dealt with.
Because mid has to change, A has to change. In an ideal world, B has to change. But then you are just changing the whole map.
But as soon as I saw the timer start making it past that 25-second remaining mark, I'm like, okay, they're still going to leave the players out here. They're still going to let them chill and see what they can do on their own. But I think 5-1, Talon, you're probably going to have to pull a timeout if you're not able to find this next round win.
I mean, it's always the thing as well, how much is Frost recognizing on what they're talking about in the actual map as well, right? Because when you've got this little language difference, as long as...
Do you think a maze map could work? Maze, no. I mean, they would probably like that. My issue with a lot of... Okay, I have a few issues. With the maps that are even good, some of my issues are just like... Every corner's a sharp corner where like the judge or a Bucky is really, really good. I also have a bit of an issue that every choke point is just small choke point, smoke holds. The main issue I have with like Icebox Abyss is I have two options on defense, right? They take some space, and my option is to rotate or push. When you have a middle that is like so messed up that you can't take it or take any map control and reaction, I'm limited to 2 reactions. And I think that's, in my personal opinion, it's awful. You want it to be like, it's why I like Haven. And again, I don't think Haven's a perfect map. I mean, there's not really that many good maps in the game itself. Like, they take A long default, like you can push down over towards C, you can push middle, like I can take garage if I originally don't have garage, and then when they take garage or they take back middle, they take back over towards C, I can then retake over towards A. Like I can constantly be doing things, and then I have the rotate or push options. Like you can always do something in reaction, but it's nice. Whereas like Abyss Icebox, what am I gonna do in reaction anywhere? Push middle. Not great.
Barely squeezing into the tournament or just missing out completely. Obviously T1, the obvious one, given that they are that trophy lifting team, but G2 had to go in as a 3rd seed. Vitality still going to be fighting their way to try.
I think Valorant is better suited to 3-side maps. I think so, but that's only because it's only because, in my opinion, when they have
massive shake off
a site at B, it means they have to put more thought in this area, and I think that's where the maps lack. When they're just so focused on the sites and they don't think about like mid or like areas to react. Also A. I don't know how you meant to defend this, but
we are good to go. Thank you for bearing with us. Now we can get back underway.
You just need to be able to do things. I just want options.
Early salvos. Primi though up over the top here for 10, trying to see if he can get a peak very hairline angle that he's trying to play off of here.
Then again, the other maps also have some issues as well. Like small choke points are just what they want in this game, which is okay, I guess, but just becomes a little stale.
Oh, tie.
Tate Star, thank you with the 27 months, dude. Thank you for that.
somehow doesn't actually get any shots in. Ty managing to dodge out those bullets.
Dude, another aggro push over towards B. It's non-stop at the moment. Hasn't really got them wins, but when you actually like look at the map, right, Pistol was down to the 1v1. The round they lost was because Xiaomin killed 3. Like, macro-wise, it makes a lot of sense what they're doing. They should, majority of the time, win the rounds where they're pushing behind. He's gonna do it again. Dude, he's done it again. Well, there goes the round.
Just a lack of reaction. Not realizing whatsoever. Tap of the spike. Jit Boys doing well. Bringing this back into a 3v3, but now the salvos fly to further delay. Push under the corner. Mako drags across, finds the headshot. The Armageddon gets sent here from Fring to further buy more time. The swing out, Hyunmin finding the first, and the shots are
I think when he's playing like this, you're not gonna win. Looking like one of those games where like Zek and Zonya just like, well, it's done. It's 2 giant rounds that he's done this, by the way. It's not like they're small rounds; they're just insanely impactful rounds.
They get a kill, they pull for a gun, they have some upgrades. They're expecting that this is going to end over to the A site. It kind of just gets pulled apart from then. You've got the salvos online, you've got the Armageddon, we're both invested, you still hold on to the pit for the next coupler, and this is the scenario that
How about we merge Abyss and Icebox? If you're just trying to merge 2 maps that have the same issue. Not to mention long rotates as well. Dude, doing good maps is hard, man. Making a good map is hard.
For sure. Cast my mind back to yesterday as well, and we see in the beginning stages, you know, adjustment periods from Talon. It took them 4 rounds on both maps, on both halves, to figure out what Nongshim were doing before they actually woke up and just knew what they needed to do, the awakening moment to kind of clean house. So if this is sort of the same scenario that they slot themselves in here, maybe we see them switch on, maybe we see a little bit more.
Sunset is decent. I like Sunset. Sunset in pro plays nice as well. I knew that Sunset was like not too bad of a map when I spoke to 3 different people and they all thought that like a certain part of the map was like the most important part of the map. You got 3 parts of the map that is worth 2 avenues. Then you got loads of options. That's cool, to be honest.
The other side in kitchen.
And then on defense you can have some kind of reaction. Not that it's the best, again, I still think that it has its issues, but on attack it's at least a lot of options that you can do of where you think is the most important part of the map.
Of course, not seeing any push-ups through B long just yet. You'll see a stealth drone come up from a back position.
Do they force into this?
Generally a little bit more forward, so if DRX are at least keeping an eye on where those utilities are coming from, they know it's a little bit more of a backline angle from Talon here.
Talon now realizing that this is going to be a bit more heavy presence. Stealth previously only really spotting out the Killjoy. Doesn't tell them much of anything there, but Mako now lingering forward, calling for the team to rotate around. I'll wait out this stealth drum, or rather this recon dart.
Maybe not noted just yet, by the way.
Oh boy.
He's just running up, but Mako's now found it. Swings the
this
angle.
Is
it's one of those plays that makes you think, are they telling him to run, to bait the angle, to keep the eyes trained there? Or
we've spoken about this a little bit before as well, and let's wait for Bane to get this going.
Far back linger here in the spawn.
It's very hard on this map to like set one up and over rotate. You can't do it over towards A. Right, there's no angle you can go aggro where you aren't, apart from here. Right, you can just hold this line. There's no aggro angle where you can hold like one person. Right, you got this from 2 angles. You can hold far back here, but again, that's not early info. You can go here, but they can go behind you as well on this. So you always have to have 2 people over towards A if you want to be holding like this. You can't over rotate. You can kind of do it towards B. You see Icebox do it a lot right on top of yellow. You can jiggle time this. But
we'll have to rebuy the armor. DRX now 6-1.
With Death Australia,
Ishiki, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Right now for DRX is they are converting after Talon's timeout, so no value, no weight or adjustments. You see in the early stages that you're mentioning, Cruz sending out the recon dart, it's spotting nothing. You've got Primi on the belt line. They're having confidence in him that he's going to be good for 1 or 2, maybe fall back, and then the team can have enough time afforded to get their rotations out. But he's just caught by himself, no trades. DRX selling a good little fake with the util that they put over towards the B side.
Omen or Harbor here? I prefer Omen.
The A side is where they were kind
like
of
the
always just
options
going.
that Omen gives you.
But
But I prefer the Omen being the duelist. I'm kind of, unless my Jed is a monster, I'm kind of in for the MAT Na'Vi comp.
Similarly, spotting up Primi in kind. Just be
Read your bits? Okay, I read it after this. I'll update.
On the site.
There's like Talon in a rot where they're just forcing every single round. Ooh, that's a nice shutdown. Push over towards B, hasn't been hard. Turret's obviously down. I mean, Primi just absolutely wrecked this round.
It does go ahead and eventually put down Mako. Just the one casualty. Talon
thank you for the bits. That's what he said. When there's bigger choke points that a single smoke doesn't fit, yeah, but it works in other games, and we have that stuff like Viper, and we have stuff where you can play double controllers.
Dance around the site, dance around the reckoning. Big swatting from Jit Boys, by the way, onto the right click attempt of Hyunmin. But a better look this time for Talon, as I mentioned, changing the initiator force for them, but I don't think that's really the big thing that worked out for them. They were just ready for some sort of aggression from DRX with the right numbers.
Crucially, they get rid of 2 ultimates as well.
Infamous haven't checked it yet, sorry man.
So it ends up being a bit more costly for DRX, despite the fact
I just slept.
Significant lead. Hit invested over at green here for the moment.
Yeah, it kind of blocks the avenue of DRX where you're only seeing really...
Okay, the good news about that for Talon is that it just kept so many people alive, then money starts getting good. Viper or 1-person hold over towards B.
Jump position here for Primi, top of screen. Swing out, Ring, able to go ahead and find that kill from Nest.
It's a devastating start.
Once again, pop the try to buy some time here. Jit Boys does have the lockdown, sends it. No Armageddon to go for a clear on this. Plant now being committed to. This means it's going to be probably a bit of a late exit. Not an exit at all. Estrella taken down in transit.
It's a good plant because the Viper all reaches it, but it's not as safe. It's like not a good plant for the after plant, really. They gotta go a bit more aggro. Yeah, that's why they're just sending bodies over towards here.
The rope across, he's making all the noise in the world, and now it's getting frantic. Mako spraying, barely is able to find one, and now needs to clutch it out here from within the pit. High on the approach. Over the top of the bite. Mako playing it so
Mako,
damn cleanly.
what a beast. Dude, they went for this save clan. We have an ult that covers it, and he's just great, man. Win one, lose the next. 1-9 loss bonus. They're gonna force because they've been forcing, and 1-person takes the hit, 2 light armors. But
the salvos and the nano just already placed on towards the spike, and at that point in time, you're putting everyone into the pit. The decay effect starts to come through for Talon. That's why some loose sprays in that sort of scenario work a treat, and then Mako, very patient, very stone cold. Not faltering in that one, and it's back to normal fashion, you would assume, for DRX right now on this map.
Just anytime Talon gain an inch, they lose a mile. 7-2 now is Orb's just going to be cycled back. Estrella already over halfway towards that next reckoning.
Yeah, it is just Thai at the moment over towards this B-side too, with now Primi coming over 2 assists, but the walls are up, blocking vision.
Damage onto Hyunmin here.
This would actually be a pretty good call for a fake right now as DRX. You've still got alert coming out from Bane, a lockdown in play available if needed. And the rest of the force actually for Talon are all around this B site.
They tap, they get some util out, and it looks like they want to rotate off of that. Mako, though,
Big Joe.
even a re-clear into mid. Jit Boys, he's hearing footsteps. Calling for to get some
yeah, here comes the rotate. He had at least 2 stomping.
Poison Orb goes up.
I like this little bait. That was nice. It was a strong bait from Ty here.
Instantaneous with the response, and now because of this preset position, Bane able to go ahead and get a deep lockdown, but the Hunter's Fury comes through, so Cruz can
Okay, well if you're doing that, you got a fast flood.
Base can now be disrespected here by Talon as Primi. Through the smoke, able to find one. Bane going to be taken down. A 3v4 here for DRX. They try to close this out.
Oh, it's a great ult.
Armageddon coming in over the top here from Kahlua, but they will be able to escape
Dude,
the blast.
spam.
Knives popped, stun into the corner, the drop down. Primi looking for the double, cannot make it happen. It's all on Kevin.
Okay, nice. Dude, they did this all, and then they didn't spam back a sight.
It's going to be Talon coming away with a third round victory.
This time Marco not able to do any damage up the guts of mid, unfortunately, for DRX, and with enough ultimates online for Talon as well.
1-9? Okay, dude, actually this gets into a big round. Not saying this one's worth 2, because obviously light buys in this game, but they got a good chance for 2 here. Great shot.
Recognize that there's just a disconnection effect happening, and then all be already at the A site when the plant goes down. It does become a bit of a
Tiller,
battle to try and
don't
get
ask me, man. We just did like a whole 10-minute segment on it. I would change the whole map.
Talon still with an opportunity to rescue this half, now finding a bit more stability. Still these half armors.
I'm Meow for Sliggy. Thanks so much for the prime. Thank you for the 17 months, mate.
They have to be pretty careful with holding advantages, holding weaponry.
The Reckoning goes out. Should just be instant salvos from Kahlua to try to go ahead and slow things up. Oh, that is a slippery little stealth drone. If nothing else, got him to waste pretty much an entire mag.
Reckoning out.
Reckoning to come through. And Jit Boys pushing
Nice
forward,
shot.
playing aggressively. He's able to find one, and Primi comes away with a second. Just Kahlua
For
trading
me,
out. It's a massive trade out here for the side of Talon.
yeah, I mean,
Stun connecting, but I mean, yeah, that's already Reckoning expired. Mako on the hunt,
oh, it's weird timing.
not
Both go
suspicious
around the
enough.
corner at the
Cruz as
same
well
time.
in a forward spot. It's gonna be Bane with a hell of a headshot.
No way, got them both.
And that immediately turns things upside down, doesn't it, right now? From a 4 versus 3 into the favor of DRX. You've already got the site scoped out a little bit as I say that. But Marco.
That's mad, isn't it?
Now it's all on
Absolutely mad round.
Talking about the economic situation. Do you
Take it, Bane's surgery went well.
to make sure that everybody has weapons?
When did he have it? Last Monday, right?
Doesn't have blades available to back up his 100 credits.
In 6 days.
It's a tough call, but it seems like they want Jit Boys to try to go for this. A couple players on the side of DRX similarly don't have that
It's
much
this
money
Monday?
behind.
There's no way
They'll
it's
be able
this
to find
Monday.
one, clear the nano, but Mako back yellow. Jit Boys just having no clue whatsoever where they had scattered to. The 2 surviving on the side of DRX, they will get up now 8-3.
And this is where it becomes a little bit more problematic for the Talon fans out there. If anyone's on the superstitious mark, you definitely want them to be finding this next one to not get that 9-3 curse happening.
Last Monday, yeah. Dude, no one's sitting with appendicitis for like an extra week, man.
They're going to navigate this next round after having
Even the 2 days extra was madness.
Expected again, because Talon have been doing that a lot in this map so far. The fact that Bane is just able to mop them both up is quite stellar. Now into the last round of this half, it's back to the drawing board, it's back to the A site to begin.
Well, Primi's position going to be confirmed once again. Drops down, eating some damage, and just getting shot from every which way. Put the 45, but still breathing. Damage can still be dealt here by his hand. But if he dies in a forward spot, that means no one's picking up that Guardian.
Yeah.
Stinger Sheriff, 3-person stacks kinda strong though. Ooh.
2 towards Maze.
Ball's coming through.
Man, I hope they get rid of this map for the new map.
Holding the brakes. Mako trying to see what kind of pressure comes out of B here before they really execute onto the site, it would seem.
Lots of utility exchanges at the moment.
Salvo's going through, being able to find one. Gunman just crouching in underneath. Jit Boys can take it down now. Primi with 45. Just going to be backed up by Cruz, who only has a stinger. And it's quickly going to be left on the floor. Instantaneous headshot from Primi. Still on point in that regard, but it's now just die, and he has been noted. Mako looking to keep him held down here in mid, and he cannot fight his way out. Mako wins those, and that's going to be a 9-3 half with DRX well out in front.
And there's not too much ingenuity from DRX, to be honest with you as well, right? It's just kind of readable plays.
The aim team isn't out aiming. I mean, they might be able to overwhelm on attack.
See what you can bait out from Talon. Maybe you've got a little lurk happening from Mako up through mid or over through the B side of things, where we see, you know, majority of the time Talon investing either 1 or 2 players in dying killer.
Why do I hate the Icebox? Mate, look at it.
But there's no real massive.
How do I sum it up to zoomers? Okay, it's like Icebox is like right. You know you got your TikToks, right? You got a TikTok short here. The problem is you gotta wait a whole minute before you get to watch the next one. That's what Icebox is.
It's one of our biggest fans. She's
You just got 1 minute and nothing And then you get your 5-second TikTok shot, and then you gotta wait 1 minute again. That's what it is.
Cosplaying as Vayne. I mean, sure. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's the wrong game.
Is Thai that ripped? That's the big question.
Guess we'll never know.
We need to get the thing that we're missing here is the voting count to see how many votes it's got between the two things.
Yeah, this is true. -3 though, man. Like, this is a little bit of a problematic spot for Talon if they can't get out on their pistol round as well, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's their map pick.
Calling them TikTok shorts, mate. I don't know how it works, man. I don't want it.
Anyways,
I don't want to watch that stuff.
You definitely want to come away with your own map pick when you've had it open, you've gone in with the choice, and you're expecting some sort of confidence on your own defensive side, some plans on your attacking side. So we'll see if that's going to at least come out here in the pistol round. Everybody looking to go towards this B site nice and early from Talon. Everybody investing with an upgraded pistol as well.
Slasher,
what the hell? That's what I'm saying, man.
Full sense,
no effort.
Steady push forward here from Talon. Recon sent out. Mako caught on timing.
Okay, dude, give me a pistol. Right, go on.
Hello. Takes him down.
Oh,
I thought
boy.
it was a straight bullet. It was a straight salvo. His Primmy will fall. Freeing doing well to find one, but Straya just getting absolutely melted out through the walls. And this is the thing when you got two Vipers and then you get a Harbor into the mix as well. You can't see a damn thing. Body still hitting the floor though.
Hit some shots at the end here though. Okay.
Kills. Talon will go ahead, tie it up in pistols.
I mean, I'm talking about a scrappy second map. Let's just bring it back.
They can definitely do this
right now. A scrappy pistol round to come on through where there's just wall-on-wall action and everyone's just trying to shoot through it and deny all action. There's white hot potato in between.
It's the same. It's the same video every time. It's an A hit. Dude, why does everyone's Viper wall have a gap towards the back here? What's going on? I saw another gap over towards here. C9 wall.
To see too much investment here for DRX. You'll play it for what it is, just the pistols. Get your guns in the next round.
Really getting that pit online as well quickly here for Thai could be very good for the post plants. Element though, over the top, able to find one. Classic.
Wait, what?
Puts down Jit Boys.
What was nuts?
Not able to retrieve any upgrades though. If you consider the pistol the upgrade there. As a B site, going to be the lean now for Talon.
Still, though, unless they start committing to the plant, Cruz is getting into a deeper position. Tap has been heard, bite delays. Everyone from DRX here, and now the call to go ahead and swing back across towards the A site has been sounded here from
worked
the side
out
of
well.
Talon.
At least liked that everyone that wanted to take space was the worst gun, just in case it went wrong. We got the human drone clearing all A.
Up against the pistols as opposed to rifles, so he's just going to slot himself in nice and deep.
He's got himself in a fantastic spot as well here on the rafter with that stinger. Anybody pushing forward towards the screen side. Likely to fall, but looks like Cruz not wanting to potentially overgreed here on his position. Backs away. There's a spot out on the one. Straya taken down.
Just weaponry retainment here for Talon.
Well, Bane does have that Sheriff. Finds Kahlua. Shot to the side of the head. Stun sent, not connecting. Primmy still here, top of 410. Now going to be spotted.
Boy.
Gunman playing off the back of that. And oh boy, now suddenly we have to pump the brakes. Ty looking for a third, finds it here in the round, but now getting overwhelmed. And Cruz, last one standing.
Stinger.
Still some time here. Draws out with the Ghost Spring, picks up the Phantom, and DRX pull off the thrifty.
Give me fracture, man.
The anti-eco, and
give me
this is
fracture.
a Shakespearean tragedy.
It's a blunder. That's what it is, mate. That is a round that should not go DRX's way. I mean, the first shot that comes out from them, you're catching, you know, against the pistols of Jit Boys, right? But the rest of them, I mean, you're looking at a scenario where you've got a plant down, you've got some post-plant utility in the salvos, in the shock darts, but playing these forward lines, having some belated crossfires. I personally thought Thai was going to be able to just triple down there and maybe bring something back towards Talon and maybe win out the round, but no. DRX are out shooting today.
Wherefore art thou throwing? Oh boy.
Yeah, the half-farm positions with the guns weren't great.
Apart from that, just the pistols for the force of
timeout incoming.
Creeping up towards this A side.
You would imagine so, but
scope out the situation.
Dude, what can you change up on Icebox, man?
Stealth drone.
What's there to talk about?
We've seen stranger things. You've got 2 sheriffs here for the side of Talon. We could just get those thrifties into thrifties, the old Gen G special.
Waiting for the high tide to fall on down. But Australia going to start things off.
Close angle, multiplayer spotted.
Oh.
What is that?
Ridiculous.
Oh, that is insane.
Oh God, what's going on?
So okay. We've gone from Shakespeare to absurdity.
Yeah.
Primmy will be able to go ahead and find one as Hyunmin falls.
That's rough.
But good God.
Just seen more kills through walls without any vision on your opponents in these last few rounds than we have with actual vision.
30 seconds left.
Well, up and over the top, the spot onto his straight.
Rises Bewitched, thank you so much for the prime, dude. Appreciate the 5 months. Yeah, if we can see a timeline, you can see it now.
To be online.
Too late.
As DRX 1 away from having map point.
Yeah, you got to see Talon start to activate in a situation like this as well, right? If they drop that, well, it's going to be 8 map points coming in towards this map of their own choosing, and maybe we have a scenario where they have to just be like Paper X of yesterday, where you wipe off map 1, you ignore it, and you look for a bit of a reverse sweep affair. Starting to get a lot closer to these ultimates as well for Talon at the moment with Tier 1 off the Viper's pit. Meanwhile, on the flip side, no ultimates online, but an operator out for Hyunmin. Quickly over towards the A side of the map.
Surprisingly, first op bet we've had of this map.
Yep.
Talon just not able to really ever get into a position to comfortably bring one in when they were on the defense.
We'll see how comfortable they're going to be able to get in towards this B site and knock at the door of DRX.
A great timing of the molly here.
No one moving too far forward on the map. Again, that operator just poised over at A, and you've got Belt being looked after by Freeing 2, where Talon, without proceeding too hard towards the B site, do you put a little bit more stock in what Jit Boys is going to be able to sniff out towards A, or do you still really just try to bully this B area?
Australia spotting out plenty there. Sets up the wall, allows him to escape from back yellow, rotates around, sets up the other wall.
Always one of the valuable things of having the double wall comp on this map. Lots of stall ability, but there goes Jit Boys.
Okay. Jit Boys able to find Bane there under tube. Just outside kitchen.
Oh, the
They
reveal.
reveal it, but it's straight. This man is Daredevil. If you can't see it, you're dead. Either way, salvos are there in reply. Comes away with that one. The op just a hair too late to try to find a catch, and now it's going to be Hyunmin in a bit of a rough position.
Oh, they're not looking for Marco, not really.
Oh, they turn back, but he's still able to find
Still
one.
wins that.
22 HP remaining. Marco
And wins
retakes
that.
it, finds the second, and Hyunmin swaps over to the Phantom, cleans up die, and that is DRX now at
Go on,
12-4.
Tommy.
And you would assume that
Give him a
might be the nail
timeout.
on the coffin for this map as well.
Give him
That
a
was the early
timeout.
buy-up for
Come on.
Talon. No, they will still manage to come out with a buy in this round that they've mainly been presented with in this map. Light shields behind rifles. Got a couple of ults.
He must be so tempted. If this was second map and they won first map, I reckon he does it. I don't know what he's like as a guy, but I reckon he does it. He won't do it now. If it was second map.
Presented to us by Talon in this one.
Op force off the angle. And Min tucking back. Drone spots and confirms. Dash at the ready. Quick little reposition here. Gets himself situated more towards back sight. Rope is heard. Estrella trying to play close. Ooh, shoulder to shoulder, but Jit Boys gets the better of it. Gets a jump there, but Hyde just going to be ground into a fine pace. As is Kahlua. How is Bane coming away with 2 kills on Nanos?
Ridiculous.
Wait, did I do it? I don't think I ever did it. I'm not sure we ever won a game in 12. Not sure we ever cleanly won a game, to be honest.
Shut down, Knives now pulled as he's just bounding around the site. He's got Bane here, right there with him. Gets a 3K. And this is now an unwinnable position. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him.
That was simple, convincing.
DRX looking very well.
There was like a couple of rounds at the beginning that could have made this closer, but they just won the aim tools.
In our mental skate before this one, we're just going to belittle you into the ground in the server itself.